So once you make your minimum payment, then yes, you're going to make an extra payment towards the principal. Do not get comfortable. Hear me clearly. I do not want you to get comfortable because it's 0% interest right now because of the pandemic. No, right now is the best time to attack it and go after it. So that way, if you're still in student loan debt, when the interest comes back on, you've attacked so much and you're not paying interest.
I received a question from Steven on Instagram at AndyHillMKM, and here it is. My wife, and now me too, has $215,000 of student loan debt. We were using an IBR plan, haven't been paying since the pandemic, except a little bit. It seems like the right thing to do is pay the $600 to $700 per month, then pay tax on the forgiven amount. Or do we get as aggressive as possible and pay the damn thing down? I feel stupid. I'm studying for the CPA exam and I should be able to figure this out. Who should we turn to for help? Well, Steven, thank you so much for writing in on Instagram. I appreciate that. I feel your anxiousness in this question and your just general interest in having these loans out of your life. And again, kudos to you for calling these our student loans. You're married and you're going into this battle together. I love that. I had my own bout with student loans, but that was probably over a decade ago. So I thought I'd bring in a financial expert to help me out. So I'm excited to be joined by Anthony ONeal, the #1 national best-selling author and host of the popular podcast and YouTube series, The Table. He's the author of The Graduate Survival Guide, Debt-Free Degree, and Destroy Your Student Loan Debt. Since 2015, Anthony has served at Ramsey Solutions, where he teaches young adults how to budget, live without debt, avoid student loans, and build real wealth for their future. Welcome to the show, Anthony.
Andy, man, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited, man. Looking forward to helping out this young gentleman and his beautiful wife, Steven.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's start off with Steven and see what we can do to help. So his family has now $215,000 worth of loans to tackle. Let's talk about IBR. What is IBR? Because that's a term that not a lot of people know. And how might that be used in a situation like Steven's?
Well, IBR pretty much stands for Income-Based Repayment Plan, all right? And so for his situation, I am clearly going to say that an IBR just really helps his payment become lower, but the main focus is not the lower payment, okay? The main focus is the $215,000 that you have. And so for those of y'all listening right now to this amazing podcast and show, is the IBR just helps you have a lower maintainable payment. That's it. It does not mean that it makes it easier for you to pay it off. It actually extends you a longer time to pay it off. So I don't want you to focus on your monthly payment. I want you to focus on the big amount that you have. And in Steven's case, that's $215,000 in student loans.
Absolutely. So everybody's in a situation right now, I guess people with federal student loans, they're where the rates are set at essentially 0%. So if Steven does want to get excited about this, what should he start doing to pay down this principal?
You know, here's the main thing, man. I teach the debt snowball method. Is you're going to line up all of your debts. So let's just say, for an example, right now, the only debt Steven and his amazing new wife have is $215,000 in student loan debt. Cool, great. That's not just one student loan. That's several student loans that they have. So you're going to take your smallest student loan, Steven, line up all of your student loans up from smallest student loan to largest student loan, and you're going to attack the smallest one when it comes to the amount, not to interest, amount, because you need to start seeing some movement. Because seeing a big number of $215,000, that can become discouraging. Let's be real. All right. But let's say the first one is only $5,000. Then the next one is $10,000. The next one could be another $20,000 and so on. Hey, you'll get excited when you see that first one start going. So you're going to make all your minimum payments on all the student loans that you have out there. But that next thing that I really want you to focus on is make sure that your shovel, your income, is big enough to where any extra income you have, let's say if it's an extra $1,000, you're going to put that on top of the very first student loan. Now, depending on if these are government or if these are private, he needs to identify that so we can understand exactly how does principal and interest work. Because some private student loan companies will not let you pay extra on principal only. You got to ride that out. But the government will let you pay extra on the principal. So once you make your minimum payment, then yes, you're going to make an extra payment towards the principal. Do not get comfortable. Hear me clearly. I do not want you to get comfortable because it's 0% interest right now because of the pandemic. No, right now is the best time to attack it and go after it. So that way, if you're still in student loan debt, when the interest comes back on, you've attacked so much and you're not paying interest. Remember, interest is a penalty. Do not set yourself up to be and to receive more penalties down the road. So line all of your students up from smallest to largest. Make your minimum payments on all of them. Take all of your extra income. Get on a clear budget, a very strong budget. See where you can cut at. Take that extra income and put it on top of the first one until you are debt free. One thing I wish we knew, Andy, is how much income he had. I could really help out a little bit more there. But right now, we'll just focus on how do we get out of this 215,000.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that with $215,000, he's got some sort of six-figure income that's coming in that'll help him to tackle this thing. But that's not everybody, right? So
That's
everybody's
not that's the majority. The majority of people who actually do have student loans do not make over six figures. So that's kind of rough. Nearly only 13% of people in America today make over six
wow.
figures. So I'm praying Stephen is one of the 13.
I hope so too. I hope so for Steven. Absolutely. So let's say that Steven's got a buddy out there and his buddy's like, man, you're making good money or you're making good money right now. You should be investing that money. There's lots of opportunities out there. Your student loans are a low percentage. What would you say to Steven as he's getting that type of advice?
Tell his friend to be quiet and mind his business. That's what I would say. I want to say something else, but my publicist is in the room. She won't let me curse. No, seriously. Here's the thing: the number one investment you can make is into yourself. And let's really look at the math side, right? Let's say if you come back and you're paying 4.5 to 6% interest on your student loans. Well, you just made money back. If you attack the debt and get this debt eliminated, you just put more money back into your pocket and you saved yourself from paying out $25,000, $30,000 in interest. So when I hear people saying, "Oh man, don't worry about that," go invest the money. Well, you are investing the money. You're investing the money into you and into your family. The number one thing that is preventing people from building true wealth, Andy, from building true wealth are student loans. It's the number one thing, student loans. When it comes to building wealth and becoming a millionaire, student loans are preventing people from doing that. So I don't want you to worry about trying to get, the bag or trying to get all this money. No, I want you to worry about and focus on eliminating the student loan debt. Don't worry about 0% interest. No, take advantage of this season to eliminate all of your debt so that way you're not paying out a bunch of interest and taking money from your family to pay somebody else.
I love it. Yeah, and it's getting into that routine and those habits where that becomes just second nature to you. Well, there's a lot of news and buzz and rumors about a potential $10,000 or $50,000 forgiveness of these student loans. When you hear things like that, should Stephen consider this type of opportunity in his plans?
Hey, here's the thing. A lot of people are getting excited about it. And you know what? For the first time ever, Andy, I would say, you know what? There's a possibility that this actually may happen. That's the truth. It's a possibility. And here's what I'm telling people right now. You're going to focus on your debt. You're going to go hard. Okay. And if it comes, you take advantage of that opportunity. If it doesn't come, you are already focused and determined. Do not focus on the White House and do not rely on the White House, the government, to take care of your house. Because if we look in the past, I think the numbers are right around 3%. Only 3% of the people who actually applied for student loan forgiveness has actually gotten it and received it. So for me, my past is showing me, okay, wait, the government is not really doing what they say they're going to do. And so I'm going to focus on this. And then if the government does come through, then yes, take advantage of it. Absolutely. But I'm telling people, just focus on it. Get Gazelle. Go Gazelle. This way, if it doesn't happen, you're already in motion to get ahead of the game. If it does happen, take advantage of that, and you still are going to keep going. In his situation, $10,000, and if they go all the way up to what some of our other Congress people are saying up to 50,000, which I just hope that they do not. I'm gonna be honest with you. Then he's still going to have close to 160,000, $65,000 to pay on. So he needs to be focused on this momentum. And so don't get comfortable. Right now it's time for you to have a plan, stick to that plan, and pay off your debt.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, let's talk about student loan refinancing. You hear a lot of those opportunities, and obviously there's a difference between if you have federal loans or private loans. Is this something that Steven might want to consider as well?
Absolutely. Depending on his interest rate, anytime you can get a lower interest rate, especially on that amount, I absolutely say so. And here are the key things when it comes to refinancing. And I love a company called Splash Financial. I send a lot of people over to Splash Financial. They are awesome. 9 times out of 10, they're going to beat the federal government's rate by a full percent. And that's the number one thing is make sure that you're losing and you're saving yourself a full percent. So you're going from 6%, for an example, to 5%. You're going from 5 to 4. Then number two, make sure that there are no fees associated with the refinancing. Okay. And so let's say if you do go down 1%, are they charging you fees to replace, that 1%? So no, make sure that there are no fees. And then three, make sure there's no early payoff. Okay. So if you refi with the company, make sure that there are no penalties to paying off. Now, when you refi, here's something I have to say on this show. You're not refining to get a manageable payment. You're refinancing to save yourself from paying out a lot of interest, a lot of penalties. So you're not going in there saying, okay, you're going from a $500 payment to a $350 payment. No, you're still going to make that $350 payment towards it. As a matter of fact, I want you to put as much as you can. The main thing for refinancing is the interest rate. It's not the lower and manageable payment. It is the interest rate so you can get out of debt quicker and pay less penalties when you're getting out of debt.
That makes a lot of sense. Anthony, I'll be honest with you. I've been doing this show for almost 5 years, and this student loan stuff is complex, man. It's making my head spin. So if Steven is out there or anybody else listening to this stuff and they've got a complex situation like this, obviously you and I are having some fun talking about it today and helping Steven out, but is this something like a financial advisor would help out with or a financial counselor? Who could somebody like Steven turn to for some guidance on their particular situation?
A financial advisor protects your future. A financial coach protects your current and prevents you from going into debt in the past. So a financial advisor wouldn't be a good advice. I would not suggest going to pay a financial advisor to help you out with this situation because their main responsibility is to protect your future, help you invest, help you save. A financial coach can walk you through your current budget, can walk you through, okay, this is where you need to put this at on your budget. Okay, we need to eliminate this. They walk you through your now to protect you from going further into debt and to set you up to go see a financial advisor for your future. So anyone listening right now, I would definitely recommend it that they go to RamseySolutions.com and sign up for Ramsey Plus because inside of Ramsey Plus, they get coaches. They get financial coaches that's going to walk them through, okay, this is what you got to do. This is why you got to do it. And if you do this, you'll be debt free by this time frame. And so that's very, very important. I think everybody can use a financial coach, especially if you're in debt, especially if you have some complex questions that, we don't have enough time to talk about today on this amazing show. But I would definitely go over to RamseySolutions.com, sign up for Ramsey Plus. And once you sign up for Ramsey Plus, you will have access to financial coaches that will walk you through step by step on how to eliminate your debt, how to refi, and why, and educate you on why they're telling you to do that. And that's so important. Whether you're with a financial coach or a financial advisor, the best coaches on both sides are educators. This is what I suggest that you do. Here's why, and here's the outcome if you're.
Yeah, you want to feel like they are there to teach you, not sell you. I completely agree. I think we helped out Steven a lot with this question. Where can people listen to the table?
Yeah, if you go to AnthonyONeal.com, you can choose podcasts, or you can watch the show right there on the website. If you're a YouTuber like myself, just go to your YouTube app and type in Anthony ONeal, and you'll find out some great information over there. Just hit subscribe. After you hit subscribe to this channel right here, because I love Andy and what he's doing and the opportunity he's given me. So once you get done with his show, hey, come rock with me, and I promise you I won't let you down.
Excellent. Anthony, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I think we helped Steven out and a lot of other people listening. Thanks so much.
No, thank you so much, man.